Nicola has written a wonderful book called Goal Setting Magic Makes Kids' Dreams Come True. As you can see, it's a very large book, and she might show it to you also. And there's even more that she'll explain. And Nicola is with us via Zoom. She has prepared a wonderful presentation. So let's welcome our beloved Nicola Wobika from Canada.
Thank you for being here. I am Nicola Wobika. I am happy to share with you my newly published children's program, Goal Setting Magic Makes Kids' Wishes Come True. I have worked as a teacher in Canada and the United States, taught all grades 1 through 9, taught classes in children's theater, worked in adult education, and as a teacher consultant. From early on in my life, I have enjoyed attending self-help, positive thinking, and success seminars. I remember parents agonizing to me, if only I'd learned these success principles when I was a kid, how much easier my life would be now. And now I desire a program for my kids. This plea became my inspiration for designing a program to empower children to achieve their worthy heart's desires. I could envision such a program because at the time I was teaching first grade students how to read through a method of goal setting. When the students demonstrated they had mastered certain reading skills, they were allowed to move on to the next set of goals. Because the students were feeling success quickly, they pushed forward to seek goal after goal. It was clear to me that setting up goals for children motivated them to draw upon inner resources to succeed. They did it unconsciously. I decided that my success program must bring these goal-achieving character traits to their conscious mind so that they would remember for life what to do to make their wishes come true. This is a 450-page book that you just saw, and it is designed to be a year-long program for elementary school-age children. However, it can be taught in shorter segments. The front cover of the book provides a quick visual representation of the program. The title, Goal Setting Magic Makes Kids' Wishes Come True, affirms that children can achieve their heart's desires by performing goal-setting magic. The scroll on the right highlights my Can-Do Spirit's magic recipe and its 12 secret ingredients, the virtues necessary for achieving goals, and are named at the bottom in the light blue area. The scroll on the left highlights creative arts activities that children will engage in to experience these 12 virtues: drama, dance, story, music, poetry, art. A theatrical curtain is drawn back, and we see a child gazing into a star-studded portal that leads to a world of enchantment and adventure, a magical place for discovering the virtues. In the center is a pink heart with the words, "Magic is in you." It is the fiery heart that takes action and releases the inner genius, the can-do spirit, the imagination within that makes precious wishes come true. At the bottom is the subtitle, a character building and creative arts program. So to summarize, this is a character building program focusing on the character traits required to set and achieve goals and experiencing them through creative arts activities. In the education environment for teaching children, you can find a variety of goal-setting programs, character-building programs, creative arts programs. I have yet to find a program which combines all three, as I have done in this book. To illustrate my talk, I am using images from the optional flash drive that supplements this book and from photos of my students. Children require skills that will empower them for a purposeful life. There are many to learn before reaching adulthood. We can effectively teach skill sets by making it fun and by setting goals. This program offers three main skill sets. 1, the goal-achieving magic recipe. Here, children acquire 12 virtuous character traits required to achieve goals. 2, the creative arts. Here, children acquire skills in the performing arts of drama and creative dance. 3, iMagic powers. Here, children acquire additional imagery tools for accessing their imagination's wisdom. There are short-term goals for these skills in every unit of instruction. The long-term common goal is to put on a public performance for family and friends. The children dramatize what they have learned about these 3 skill sets. You might ask, how do you introduce the magic recipe? Go from the known to the unknown. Follow the directions for making a cookbook recipe. Most children are familiar with cookbooks. In the top picture, the children are making blueberry crisp. They followed the recipe's directions exactly and got blueberry crisp, not carrot cake. That's what you would expect. In the bottom picture, they are enjoying their dessert. The older girl you see in the top photo is a junior high student. She was my wonderful assistant. After reviewing the cookbook recipe, introduce the magic recipe. We learn that we can follow directions to make wishes come true, just like we can follow directions to make a food dish. In the magic recipe, there are 12 secret ingredients. These are the directions to follow to make wishes come true. They are the real magic, the virtues to perform. They are stated as positive I affirmations for the children. The full name of the recipe is My Can-Do Spirits Magic Recipe. We are teaching children to draw on their inner world to achieve goals in their outer world. Our lives consist of moving from one goal to the next, to the next, to the next. So children must learn how to succeed in attaining their goals. And the earlier, the better. The key is to work with them at their level, their understanding, their consciousness. So we work within the imaginative world in which children live. We call on the nature spirits. The ones you see here are the positive pixies. Do you like them? They're so adorable. They accompany the children throughout the program, introducing and dramatizing the magic recipe's 12 secret ingredients. We will look at the first 3. I set a goal, I make a plan, is the first ingredient. Here the pixies are imagining what goal they would like to strive for. In class, the children consider their goals and paste pictures of them over their pots of gold. Then they create a plan on how to achieve their goal. Here, Rosie, the positive pixie, dramatizes her idea of making a plan. The second secret ingredient is I choose a winning team. This means you choose people who have the skills you require to get the job done. Posey and Rosie are posing for a photo op with their skillful baseball team. The third ingredient is I act with faith. If you don't have faith, you will not have the courage to take action towards your goal. Rosie is walking a tightrope, dramatizing an example of walking with faith. When these pictures are displayed on a bulletin board as you proceed through the 12 units of instruction, you are creating a roadmap, a treasure map that will lead to dreams come true. It is a visual reference for the children as they work toward their own goals. One parent told me she planned to use the positive pixie pictures in her swim instructor course. On the optional flash drive, which supplements this program, is a lively positive pixie magic song. It sings all 12 of the recipe's positive I affirmations.
The 12th lesson taught at the School of Success. Build good habits, use imagination, learn from problems, think with clarity, be disciplined, think positively, put plans in action, act graciously. Do more than ask for, act with faith, choose a winning team, and make a goal with a plan.
I know a little girl who insisted on listening to this song every night when she went to bed. She loved the Pixies. You might ask, what else can I do to make these virtues meaningful to the children in their understanding? The answer, fairy tales. Fairy tales where the characters portray the virtues in action. I chose to use fairy tales from various cultures because this program is designed for the general public. In the first fairy tale, The Little Red Hen, the hen portrays the secret ingredient. I set a goal, I make a plan. Her goal is to bake bread, and her plan is to sow, reap, thresh, grind, and bake. The illustration is the title page for the story. All of the illustrations you see in this presentation are in the book as blackline masters for the children to color. In the second story, The Sheep and the Pig Build a Home, the animals portray the virtue, I choose a winning team. They choose those who have skills to build a home. In the third fairy tale, Shinjibus, the little brown duck portrays the virtue, I act with faith. Even though Big Chief Northwind makes it difficult to find food, little brown duck has faith. He will still find his fish. If you really desire to impress the meaning of virtue in young people, you stir their passions. How? The creative arts. You start with the fairy tale, and then you reinforce with creative arts. Look at the expressions of the children in this picture. They are totally involved in the story they are acting out. Stir their passions with creative activities, and they will internalize the virtues because they access their feelings. There are 12 units of instruction consisting of many creative arts lessons. In the units, we dramatize a story, dance a story, create story art. We will look at Unit 6. I can only highlight a few of the activities. There is so much more. The secret ingredient for Unit 6 is I act on my plans. The fairy tale portraying the virtue is the owl's answer to Tommy. The children you see here are working on their short-term goals. The unit begins with Posy, the positive pixie, introducing the new virtue. I act on my plans, and dramatizes what taking action might look like to him. There's a little pixie story that goes with this picture. In fact, there are pixie stories to go with all the pixie pictures throughout the program. This story says, Posy knows that he cannot do nothing and just hope that people will somehow learn that he has kitties for adoption. His plan is to put an ad in the newspaper and to take the kitties from door to door. When people see how adorable they are, he thinks they will not be able to resist. Next, the teacher reads the fairy tale portraying the virtue. A little boy acts on his plan to find some brownies who will do his chores. This illustration is the title page for the owl's answer to Tommy. The story enjoyment page provides discussion questions to use before and after reading the fairy tale. In the photo, the children are sitting in magic circle. It begins and closes the lessons. Magic circle is an opportunity for the teacher to create a class community for respect and belonging, where each child feels confident in sharing ideas and participating in the activities. You can see I had 3 assistants in this class. 2 are in high school, and 1 is a student teacher. It is great to have assistants of any kind because they, too, will learn the goal-achieving virtues. However, this is not necessary. Anybody can do this program on their own. Parents, grandparents, homeschoolers, teachers, anyone who desires to work with kids. And they can do it anywhere. School, home, day camps, children's theater. The children learn skill sets in the performing arts of drama and creative dance. In this unit, the acting skills focus on mirroring, working in pairs, and scenes. These 2 junior high students were my fabulous assistants. Whenever I introduced a new fairy tale to the children, they would pantomime the story. They demonstrated drama and dance skills when I asked, and they entered into the plays which the younger students made up. The kids loved it. These young people were doing what they love to do, perform. And they were taking on responsibility with the children, and they were learning the virtues along with the children. In this unit, the children dance a poem, The Elf and the Dormouse. Do you know what is the #1 fear among all age groups? Public speaking. Engaging in the performing arts, drama, and dance, the children are learning to present themselves effectively in front of an audience. This skill is so important for the rest of their life. We bring them hope when they develop self-confidence. The artsy craft for Unit 6 is a textured owl. These are the pieces for the children to glue together, color, and paste in the project book. This is what the owl looks like in their project book. iMagic is also a creative art. The owl's answer to Tommy takes place in nature. So the iMagic power for this unit is nature spirits. Included is a little story about nature spirits who love to help children. At the bottom of the iMagic pages says, "My gratitude attitude." Here the children record something they appreciate about their activities. I'll say more about iMagic later. Every unit concludes with a story for the teacher, a heartwarming story about a real person who exhibits the virtue of the unit. Unit 6's story is about Anna Gertrude Ingham. She took action and created a reading program I mentioned earlier. It was a success because it appealed to the children's imagination and built self-confidence. When children dramatize, see, hear, touch, smell, taste, dance, sing, create art, and feel information, as they do in these creative arts lessons, they learn and remember. We have looked at the magic recipe, the positive pixies, the fairy tales, and creative arts as imagery tools to help children understand and apply 12 virtues that make their wishes come true. Weaving through the program, these imagery tools take the children on an inner journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. As they dip into their imagination's wisdom, infinite possibilities arise for their own lives. There are more imagery tools. Magic door portal. Children love flights of fancy and enchantment, so all classes begin with a guided imagery fantasy where the children leave the everyday world behind and dramatize passing through a magic door portal. They step into an enchanting place of wonder and creativity, a magical realm of their imaginations where they feel safe, where all things are possible, and fun, fun, fun. It is here they explore the virtues with the pixies, fairy tales, and creative arts activities. This is an illustration of what their magical realm might look like, fanciful and filled with fascinating storybook characters. This picture is the cover page for the children's project book, where they compile their activities and keep track of their goal achievements. When they are finished the program, they will have all of the secret ingredients for the magic recipe in their book. We tell them, for the rest of your life, you can make your wishes come true. And that's why the recipe's name is My Can-Do Spirits Magic Recipe. Of course, you always make positive wishes that will help you and other people live awesome lives. Maybe someday you will help the whole world. Imagine that. I like to think of the lady in the purple robe as the teacher wielding her magic wand, guiding her students to access their real magic abilities. Remember, real magic only works if you have a can-do spirit. Your can-do spirit is your inner genie who has the power to make wishes come true. It will do as you command. It stays positive and doesn't give up. These are two pictures of a can-do spirit. They are awarded when a child achieves certain specific goals. Your can-do spirit is part of your wise best self, the kind, creative spirit within. The negative little self also pops up. This character building program provides many opportunities for the children to become aware of these two aspects of their nature, the wise self and the little self. It takes effort to achieve a goal. How will they react when obstacles occur, as their wise self or their little self? They learn that they can choose. We ask them, which self makes your wishes come true? Who will you choose to be? It is so important for children to overcome their little self. The positive pixies are still with us on our journey through the program. Here, Posy poses as his wise self. And here is Rosie as her delightful wise self. All 12 units gift the children with an iMagic power to give them extra help. iMagic is the art of visualization and imagination. Each page begins with, I spy with my magic eye. This means I am using my mind's eye to envision the goal. If I can imagine it, believe in it, I can make it happen. The secret ingredient for Unit 1 is I set a goal, I make a plan. The iMagic power reinforces it. It says, I spy with my magic eye a magician. Then a little story explains how to use the iMagic power. Its message is, you are a magician. Believe in your ability to perform real magic. Unit 2's virtue is I choose a winning team. The iMagic power is 5 secret genies. The story's message is summon your genies to guide you, solve problems, and protect you. Unit 3's virtue is I act with faith. The iMagic power is a fire. The story's message is imagine a blazing fire in your heart that gets things done. A fiery heart. You can see the fiery heart is colored pink, yellow, and blue. I mentioned earlier that the children's long-term goal is to put on a performance for family and friends, dramatizing what they learned in the program. A parent said to me after the show, the children are learning more in your drama class than they do at school. We are on a rescue mission to save our children from the discordant trappings in our society. We must start somewhere to provide children the essential skills for their journey through life. This goal-setting program highlights virtues that can manifest anywhere they go. This skill can start right now, and as they grow up, we can guide our children to apply their can-do spirit to a fulfilling life purpose of service. The magic is in you. The magic is in them. The magic is in us all. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you, Nicola. Everyone here loved it, didn't you? Woo! That's great. I'd like to say that we now have the book in our store, the Heart Center store. You can order it here and buy it also online. And we also have the additional flash drive, which she spoke about. So this is where all the color images are. Inside the book, all the images are black and white. And so these are actually blackline masters that teachers can use to then copy these off and give them to children to color. So we've seen that one. Some of them have little stories that go with them. And additionally, there is a gigantic mural inside the book. It's little, of course, but when you take it to the printer and print it off, it is a 3 by 5, and that's not 3 inches. It is 3 by 5 feet. So it's not, you can print this, take it to the printer, and it's so big. Okay. So here we go. And all of these illustrations were drawn by Nicola herself. She is truly the consummate artist, performer, and teacher. Thank you, Nicola, so much. Yay, Nicola.